I guess we're going to talk a little bit about me and kind of how I came up with the idea of stress recovery coaching and all the pieces that are in it. Well, essentially, hmm, I'd say it came from a place of trying to solve the challenges of the people I care most about. I often found that uh, I felt limited as a person and I didn't really tap into my own potential, but I always had the heart to try to help out others. And in kind of forgetting myself and trying to apply myself fully to other people's challenges and to make the people I care about smile, I adapted this way of looking at life. School was never easy for me. I have dyslexia, that kind of thing, that I don't necessarily think is a limitation, but it is something that changes how you solve for knowledge or what point you attack knowledge from. And because I had a unique way of thinking and looking at things, nobody could ever really reflect to me my world of thought. This made me feel like I was an outcast. I didn't really fit in. Well, I was an outcast and I didn't fit in, which was felt. And because of that, I always kind of just shifted with the environments that I was in. If I'm with relaxed people, I was relaxed. If I was with smart people, I talked as smart as possible. As younger people, we always want to fit in and we don't want to be that misplaced individual. But when we move into adulthood, we start to realize, hopefully, that we are all very unique individuals and we only unite in the fact that we all want to be healthy and see the good that we can offer kind of completed. And so we go out and do our version of kind actions. Getting a little off topic, but the idea here is that not fitting in and striving to help and putting my work into the health profession, putting my energy, my time, my resources, my everything, essentially, into this good that I wanted to see in the world allowed me to solve things from a different perspective. I can see people that are not necessarily fitting into what the dynamics are and therefore offer a kinder perspective of understanding who they are, how they think, what they're solving for, what health looks like for them. It's never a robotic step-by-step process. It's always an interaction. I always say that empathy is accuracy. Being able to see and feel something appropriately allows us to understand the world of that person. And they do have a unique world. And we want to be able to see how they're solving for life and how they're using their resources mentally, physically, and emotionally to make this solution. Sometimes they're solving for less than their capability. Therefore, they're kind of frustrated and stressed out. People don't make sense to them. But the world's not making sense to them because they're not seeing how they're interacting with it. Essentially, sometimes people are doing too little, which is not necessarily often the case. Often people want to do what they're capable of doing. They're just not finding the resources to find what that feels like. Everything starts with the first experience. And if you've never had the opportunity to be experienced for who you are, this life thing becomes pretty tricky. And so all the pieces that are put into what I call restoring therapy, which is a part of stress recovery coaching, allows for a more human experience when it comes to health. Life is a moving and breathing thing, so we have to be more fluid with our approach. I found that scientifically chasing things is a little bit too linear to apply to the human being, although it gives us very good facts, which are kind of markers for, did I make the right turn at the left light or did I make the wrong turn at the right light? This is more pointing in directions, but not necessarily the way of solving, which evolves from the person's level of personal growth, which is how they use their resources to take on life challenges. Uh, so that's just a little of what happens inside my brain when I look to help people with health and life-related things. It is a unique approach, I agree. It is not inside the box. I'm not inside the box person. As much as I'd like to be, I've realized that's not me. And I'm doing my own thing by putting out this therapy and taking the time to acknowledge the accomplishments that I've had in creating it. I've helped a lot of people along the way with challenges that are outside the box. And so I'm confident in its ability to solve for life's challenges. I learned it all the hard way. It did suck. It was not easy. People I thought would believe did not believe all the regular stuff that it takes to push past the social box that we live in. but ultimately I feel it's worth it, even though it was very hard.